Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith of the Black Strat Time Report, and so we got some conflict and a lackluster session. When you get to this time of day, and you can see this on the Daily Spy, it's doing nothing, right? But it is a two up, right? So it hasn't negated anything as far as the daily basis. On the weekly basis, we still have that two down, two up reversal, right? Handling an inside month, we knew about that, right? And that's when you can get this kind of situation here. So just kind of stalling out as the spies. You can see that slight gap up and then sideways, sideways, sideways. If you go to QQQ, a little weaker. And so you can see the Qs also, like so many things, the two down, two up week, right? Handling inside month like a lot of things going to be. And then you get the conflict. You're still a two up on the day, but you're red. All right, that makes for some tough sledding here. So we'll see. So far, that would be somewhat the weakness, but not getting killed. But some of those big boys over there weakening, and we'll get to that in a second. If you go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, still a two up and skirting the highs. Still a lackluster tight session in here, though, as you can see. But still, that two down, two up weeks, and so just sitting around here is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just boring for right now. But all these weeklies are still in force, and that's what we saw on Monday. Almost everything was a two up. Yesterday, same thing, and then today we've got some finally taking out some lower lows in the dailies, which we'll get to in a second. If you get to the small cappers. Small cappers, same type of deal. Goes up and then just kind of comes in and sits here. Small cappers struggling with that week, right? So what we were looking for to see if a lot of these things can break that, right? Because that would reconfirm what we already know about a lot of the other ones that already have broken. Not getting it there because we had AMD earnings come out and then gap and crap a little bit and come right back in. But still, on that would be a 2-2 reversal because remember SMH was a wild card because we had XLK here do the two down two up, right? Now there's a lackluster session with a lot of things, and SMH here slightly takes it out. That's what we're hoping for, but we don't like this red on the day. So we still have 2 days in the week. Once again, lackluster session. AMD selling off. You do have a little bit of strength out of Corvo here in the semis, taking out that two down, two up week. That was a real nice one here. Triangle out, hammer, boom. Off she goes. Still handling inside month like a lot of things. I think LRCX, I think, was still skirting near the highs here, but still watching to see how many more of these weeks can break, or if they close inside week, we'll see what that comes next weekend. If we go to the rotating a little bit in XLP here, there's your two down, two up week. And Momo Hammer Day, so not really gangbusters here right now, inside on the 30, and that tells you your Proctors and your Pepsis and all that kind of stuff. Not too thrilling. How about Mondelez? And Mondelez, so you can see inside data up Mondelez, just not going gangbusters. If we go to XLU, coming into XLU a little bit, albeit still inside day, but at least you got some green in there to see if it doesn't stay like that. But that I'm just kind of want to notice where they're rotating into and out of by sector. If we go to some retail, Costco, and Costco, two down, two up these 2 weeks, becoming outside bar of that. Still going handily inside month, but at least it's going to the highs of the day, and that's what we want to be looking for this time of day. There was your inside on the 60, the 2-1-2 continuation. If you go to Home Depot also, inside bar on the 60 to the upside to take the two down. Two up week, still handily inside on the month, like almost everything, but grinding, trying to slowly grind here. If we go to, had some insurers coming up a little bit, Travelers coming up here, trying to take out all this kind of stuff here, trying to take out last month's highs, right? So those are things we're going to want to know about after last month's volatility. We want to see who can take out the highs or who's going to take out the lows. If we go to, let's see, how about HIG? HIG trying here. 2-2 reversal, Chubb. See how KIE is doing. Chubb gaps up and sits. And KIE, your insurer ETF, not really doing much, but it is a 2-2 weaker. If you go to PKI here, the inside week, The poke down, boom, rev strat weak. All right, that's good. So you can see that's having a nice little day here, coming up to take out all these guys. Now you're inside on the 60. Still lackluster. Diamonds are the ones trying to go to the highs here. And you got Cat just started to come back here. Cat, after yesterday's 2-2 reversal on a Tuesday, trying to hold here. We did have IBM, I think, up a little bit. Just a tad. Visa here, still chugging along on the outside week to the upside, which means this selling was rejected. Boom, still being rejected and still coming. If we go to some of the rails, we're coming up here, like CP rail, having a nice little day. Rev strat, 1, 2 down, up she goes, still handily inside on the week, and trying to take the 60 right now. Measured move, up, sideways, get. And CNI here, having a nice little day. Canadian rails they're rotating into on a slight outside week. We're taking up both sides. 2 down, 3, 2, 2. And so over here, down south, CSX from the weekend vid here. Here's that hammer, 2 down, 2 up week. So that takes that, right? Slow grinder, but there was your inside day to do it. 3, 1, 2. The outside bar, the inside bar, and boom. That triggers this. So we'll see Norfolk Southern still's got some room here to try and take that out, so we can keep an eye to see if that works. And Union Pack was an inside week. Now taking it out. Inside week to the upside, Union Pack, and having a nice little day are the rails. If we go to BCC, and Boise Cascade having a nice little day, stalling out here on your 60, potential rev strat back down, but we like the nice long red and green bars, albeit it's backing off now, but we'll see. If we go to CEG, CEG having a nice day, goes inside in the 60, pokes down a little bit, it looks like. Nope, still inside, according to this thing, so we'll see if we get another 60, because here's your week. 2, 1, 2. And there you go. And there was your inside day to do it. We'll see if anything comes of that. If we go to Checkpoint, CHKP. Checkpoint, still, remember last month it was up, right? So that's something that has my attention. It's a pretty weak market, right? So this thing was up. So now handily still an inside month, but it's still an inside week, but having a nice little day in green on the day, so we'll see if anything more comes of that. You can see there's a lot of it. Nice inside 60s there to the upside. On the downside, we got PayPal, puke. So gap and sit right now, but oh boy, still puking. And it's one of the things you want to look for is like, we let them open. We're not going to, do anything in front of earnings. But here's how they got them in trouble. Squeeze the short guys out of here, and then boom, down she goes. If we go to some Chinese stocks coming down, JD, and JD, see on the weekly, it did go 2 down, 2 up, and that's why we always use the next time frames to see if that's still good. It's not. 2-2 reversal here on JD, 2 up, 2 down on the day. If you go to Baba's a 2 down day, not the end of the world, still flirting with that 2 up. In general, I've been doing a whole bunch of nothing, no Baba. And Chinese market's closed. So if you go to Spotify, they have earnings tomorrow. And they're spooking them a little bit because we had that 2 down, 2 up weaker, and now an outside day to the downside. So once this thing starts to turn red, you know to look on a shorter term time frame because that thing's going outside day. So it did what it's supposed to do. Not sure how much more weakness we got. Market's still trying to firm up here. Those Dow Jones Diamonds, certainly your leader because they're green. They're higher than they open. If you go to eBay, and eBay, another negation. You had that 2 down, 2 up week, but then, boom, down she goes. Another reversal, and so you can see here, like so. There's your broadening formation, and your 2 up, 2 down she goes. Now trying to firm up a little bit on the 60 here. We'll see. If we go to shop, and shop, once again, had that 2-2 reversal, but now getting negated by the daily. 2 up by taking out the previous high. 2 down. Down she goes, shoppy. If we go to Groupon, oof, some more good examples for you though. the 2 up, the 2 down, hammer counter shooter, boom, into the highs. Then the inside bar, 2, 1, 2 back down. So you can see now the higher highs, the lower lows broadening formation, and you can see that's back into this old one. Here's your weekly. Still inside of the month, but get closer to try and take that out if they want to crush this thing, but we'll see. If we go to AFRM, and also trying to negate that 2-2 week with this. The 2 up day, 2 down. Not totally getting killed, but we'll see. You can see the slight higher highs and the lower lows broadening formation on your 60. If you go to Etsy, once again, had the 2 down, 2 up week, but then you had a red 2, there was a 2 up, and then boom, these two become an outside bar of that. See if that gets worse down in here for Etsy. If we go to MNDY, and MNDY, outside day back down to the downside, trying to negate that 2 up, 2 down week, and rough one here on the way down, and you can see that 30, what you look for here, the outside bar, taking up both sides. The inside, that's 3-1, and Chicago down, boom, 3-1-2, and down she goes. Bitcoin coming in a little bit, so you got your SI here, and that's trying to come back down off those 2-2 reversals. So 2 up, 2 down on the day. All right. So as the week goes on, we want to see if these things re-break or if they set up for the 2-2-2 continuation. Puke. All right. If we go to MSTR, more Bitcoin coming down, 2 up, 2 down. Still an inside week over there. How's Mara doing? Mara just kind of stuck there. Did take the 2 down to not get killed. And memes coming down just a little bit. Game stonk. 2 up, 2 down reversal. Still an inside week. GameStop continues to try and melt down, kind of like the AMC debacle. Right? AMC 2 up, 2 down. But like I said, lackluster out there. So be careful. I mean, things aren't really moving that much. If anything, the diamonds would be your strength. But we got more earnings coming out tonight. You got Facebook tonight, so we'll see how that goes. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm up to this. Mr. Black, Strat Time Report.